In today's episode, we're going to talk about a question millions of learners ask every single day. Why can I understand English, but I can't speak it? Maybe you watch movies without subtitles. Maybe you follow English YouTubers easily. Maybe you even understand native speakers when they talk fast. But when it's your turn to speak, your mind goes blank. Your tongue freezes. Your ideas disappear. And you wonder, what's wrong with me? Today, I'll show you the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not bad at languages. You're simply missing a few powerful habits that can transform your speaking forever. So, let's begin. Hi, my name is Adam, and I live in New York, USA. I've always loved English. I could understand TV shows, read news articles, and even follow interviews without subtitles. But when I tried to speak to a tourist who asked for directions, my mind went completely blank. I just smiled awkwardly and said, yes, okay. It was embarrassing. After that day, I decided to take action. I started recording myself on my phone every evening. I would talk about my day for 1 minute. Simple things like, I drank coffee. I walked in the park. I met a friend. Then I listened to my recording and compared it with native speakers saying the same sentences. At first, my pronunciation sounded strange, but I kept repeating. Every week I recorded new clips. After a month, I realized something amazing. I could actually feel my English improving. And the next time I spoke with a visitor, the words flowed naturally. The secret? Record, repeat, and don't fear your own voice. Hello, I'm Lena, and I live in Toronto, Canada. I studied English for years at school and even got high grades. I could read books, watch movies, and understand everything I heard. But when it came to speaking, my hands shook and my mind froze. I wanted to say something, but my tongue just didn't move. I felt frustrated and thought, why can't I just speak like I understand? One day, I discovered a method called shadowing. It's simple. Listen and repeat at the same time. I started small, just 5 to 10 seconds of a podcast or a video clip. I listened, repeated, and repeated again. At first, I made mistakes, and my sentences sounded strange. But after a week, my mouth moved faster. After 2 weeks, I didn't need to translate in my head anymore. Then one afternoon, a friend asked me for advice in English. Without thinking, I answered clearly and confidently. It felt like magic, but it was really practice. The lesson? Shadow short sentences every day. Don't wait for perfection. Just repeat, and your English will start to flow naturally. Hi, everyone. I'm Omar, and I live in Dubai, UAE. I started learning English at school and loved watching English movies and listening to music. I could understand almost everything I heard, but when it was time to speak, I froze. My mind would race, and I overthink every word. I wanted to say simple things, but it felt like my tongue was heavy. One day, I tried something I called my imitation journal. Every night, I picked a short video clip, sometimes from YouTube, sometimes from a podcast. I listened carefully 2 or 3 times, then hit record on my phone and tried to copy everything I heard, the sounds, the rhythm, and even the emotions. I didn't read any subtitles. I just imitated. After a month of 5 minutes a day, I joined an online English conversation group. I still made mistakes, but I spoke more naturally. People even said my accent sounded smoother. The lesson? Don't just listen, imitate. Be your own teacher and practice every day.
Hello, I'm Yuki, and I live in Tokyo, Japan. I've watched English movies and read English books for years. I could understand almost everything, but speaking was slow. My brain would think fast in Japanese, then try to translate into English. By the time I formed a sentence, the conversation had already moved on. One day, my teacher told me, "Stop translating. Think in English." At first, it felt impossible, but I started small. I described my morning in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm walking to work. I did it silently in my mind while observing my surroundings. After a few weeks, something changed. English started to feel natural in my thoughts. I didn't need to translate anymore. Words came faster, and speaking became easier. The tip? Think in English every day, even for a few minutes. Your brain will start connecting ideas directly, and fluency will follow. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I live in Tehran, Iran. I learned English as a teenager. I loved it and watched English movies with subtitles. I could understand teachers, songs, and most of what I heard. But when I tried to speak, the words were stuck in my head. I knew them, but they wouldn't come out. Then I tried something new, mirror practice. I stood in front of the mirror and talked to myself in English. I started small. Hi, how are you today? I feel happy. I watched my mouth, my expressions, and imagined I was speaking to a friend. After 2 weeks, sentences came easier. Sometimes I even smiled while speaking English. The lesson? Don't wait for someone to talk to you. Your mirror is your best partner. Talk every day, and soon you'll speak to anyone with confidence. Now that you've heard the stories, let's talk about why so many learners understand English but struggle to speak it, and how to fix it. When you listen, your brain is like a passenger in a car. You understand the sounds, words, and meaning, but you're not driving. Speaking requires you to be the driver, controlling words, grammar, and pronunciation all at once. Many learners freeze because they're afraid of sounding wrong. Small errors are part of learning and conversation. Focus on connection, not perfection. Thinking in your native language first slows everything down. Start thinking directly in English. Describe your surroundings or your morning. Over time, your brain connects ideas faster. You can read and listen for hours, but without speaking, fluency won't come. Treat speaking like swimming. You must get in the water. Record your voice, talk to yourself, or join a conversation group. Even 5 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours of silent study. Understanding a word once isn't enough. You need to hear it, say it, read it, and write it multiple times for it to become natural. Repeat new words and phrases aloud several times. Use them in simple sentences. Your goal is to own the words. Passive listening is fine, but it won't make you fluent. Active listening, shadowing native speakers, builds a strong connection between your ears and mouth.
Your listening brain may be fast, but your speaking brain takes time to catch up. Practice conversations often, even short ones. Every small conversation builds a bridge between your listening and speaking skills. Some people think they're not good at languages, but speaking isn't about talent. It's about habit. Speak a little every day. Step by step, your fluency will grow. So, my friend, if you understand English but struggle to speak it, remember this. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain already knows the language. Now it's time to train your mouth, your tongue, and your confidence. Start small. Speak to yourself. Record your voice. Shadow native speakers. Think in English. Make mistakes. Smile. Keep going. Fluency doesn't arrive all at once. It comes step by step, day by day, through simple actions, listening, repeating, speaking, and never giving up. You don't need a perfect moment. You don't need the perfect partner. Start today, even for 5 minutes. Your English will grow, your voice will grow, and one day you'll speak naturally, with confidence, with ease. Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm Adam, and I believe in you. Keep speaking, keep learning, keep your English alive.